Hello, Mindful Seer people. Today is September 23rd. This is the Eclipse series readings for the collective using my B.E.I.S.M intuitive development and mindfulness method system. We are now going through the second cycle. We've been through B.E.I.S.M one time. We're now starting the second time, and we'll go through one more time, which will culminate and wrap up and close on the eclipse for the sun. So again, my name is Kristen Giesland, Mindful Seer, and I used to call myself the Mindful Seer, but everyone can be a Mindful Seer. So this is what the different letters stand for. B is for body, E is for emotions, I for your intellect or intellectual life, S for spirit soul, and M for mastermind. So the way this works is that these different energies are traveling up the chakra system. So we're checking in with ourselves and with spirit on 5 frequency levels in a way that anybody from any faith walk or any indigenous practice can use, and it's not in conflict or contrary or anything like that to their own belief system. These are all just different aspects of who we all are. Okay, we all have these different aspects of our beingness as humans having a spiritual experience, or spiritual beings having a human experience, however you see it. And this system was developed out of my own desire to live a life that had balance between body, mind, and spirit. And then in 2016, I started working with people completely using my intuitive abilities. I had a dark night of the soul for 3 years between about 2009 and 2012, where my intuitive abilities that had always been there really started to fly. So I am a four-clair psychic and medium. I also have 30 years of experience working in structured settings, nonprofit organizations, doing guidance, counseling, community outreach, administration, career. Before my gifts fully opened and I moved into my own practice and working with people, mostly directly and coordinating events for other creators in this realm of working with the intuition. Okay, so today we are going to be looking for the E. Okay, so E for emotions. And the way this card reads for me is it's not like our emotional wellness is our day-to-day happiness. It's more like, how we align ourselves with what we value. And when we do align ourselves with what we value, then we create emotional resilience for the ups and downs of everyday life, which, we are, here processing our own personal karma and living in a collective, environment where there's all kinds of different variables. I chose to do guidance, as a gift for these 3 weeks between the eclipses because there's so much potential for change and transformation and positive movement, and also potential for a lot of old unprocessed feelings to be coming up, for there to be stress, misalignment and confusion. So it's really up to us during these times where there is a lot of moving energy to do our best to stay in our calm and centered place, and also seek that guidance, however we connect with our higher power about how to get through these weeks most optimally. So one of the things that I've been using, a little tool that I enjoy, I'm not a great breather. I grew up with asthmatic bronchitis, and sometimes my breath, I don't like doing a lot of the deep breathing. It just feels unnatural to me. So the breath that I've been enjoying lately for calming and centering is the sigh, which is, it's 2 quick in breaths and then a relaxed out breath. So I find that very easy for me, and I thought you might like it also. All right, so now I have the baking bowl belief here. This is, I use this bowl and I call it the baking bowl belief to remind everyone, including myself, that, we are manifesting and creating this world and our own personal experience based on our beliefs. And I believe, for the most part, people who have psychic gifts are not really into telling the future anymore. We really are interested in skillfully supporting people and creating their own best futures. And so I'm interested in supporting each individual in that, and also holding in consciousness the possibility of creating a world that works for all. Okay. And so now we're going to get the card for emotions for today, September 23rd, 2024. And oh, look at this. Okay, so what comes out is the collaborate card. Okay, this is from James Wanless's Sustain Yourself deck, which is one of the three decks that I work with, all the time, all three James Wanless decks. And, if you've ever watched those little ants, they can do some crazy stuff. They can pick up heavy things, they build these amazing cities underground, and one little ant, of course, can't do much on its own. But when they get together with the other ants, wow, they can really, really do things. So even look the way they're camouflaging, and they're carrying those little leaves here in this. So sometimes we do need protection. And when we carry some protective energy, ourselves, then we have more protection at large. And what's actually coming through to me is not actually physical protection, but spiritual protection. When we are connected to our guides, to however we connect with higher power, to our own inner voice, to our true selves, that's the best protection that we can have. Okay, not getting attached to external circumstances, relying on our inner sort of sensorium, our senses, our spidey senses, our instincts, in alignment with the higher energies. Okay, that's how we're going to do the best for ourselves and also as a group. So if you are disconnected from other people, that is what is not going to be good for your emotional wellness. So find some people that you feel good about. And even if that's a small group, that's okay. I've been actively cultivating groups that I can collaborate with on different levels and people. And I put that out as an intention in the second year of COVID. And it is coming into fruition. I have a couple different people that I do collaborate with now more in terms of work and life and closer relationships. I had been in larger circles before that, and I wanted to deepen some of those connections and do more creation with those people. So here we have that little ant, super strong, but really powerful when connected to others. All right, so that's the E for today, your emotions, your support for your emotional life. And sometimes I know for myself, I'm not the greatest at asking for help when I need it, and a lot of people are not great about that. So if you can cultivate a circle of people that you do feel comfortable asking for help, that's great. And then be present for them, when they need help. And, collaboration can be, very simple, or it can be, long term and very deep. But wherever you are on the spectrum of what's comfortable for you, do that. Don't try to get ahead of yourself. I know I have one person in my social circle that I'd love to work with. She's like, I really don't feel good about collaborating with other people. So I'm waiting for the time for her. So that's it for today. And I'll just go through the whole rundown one more time. So B is for body. We have a video up yesterday, okay, on the YouTube for what yesterday's guidance was, the beginning, the B. Then today we're doing the E. And then in the next coming days, we'll do intellectual life, spirit, soul, and mastermind. Mastermind is the direct questions about how should we be, what would be best in terms of connecting with our higher power, our higher self. Okay, people, thanks for listening. And, you can find me at mindfulseer.com. You can find me at Mindful Seer on Facebook. I am offering some opportunities right now for what I call my event sessions, which are mini sessions. I'm doing those virtually until the solar eclipse, which I don't normally offer those virtually, but I did want to, make some extra support available because this is such a powerfully transformative time between the two eclipses. Okay, peace and happy, everybody.